Hello everyone, just got back from Hammerhead and I'm going to do a quick haul video from the bits and bobs that I picked up at the show. The show itself was very well attended considering what was going on. The coronavirus, there was a couple of games and a couple of manufacturers that didn't attend the show due to the virus, I believe. I think some of them were perhaps have underlying health issues or perhaps in the demographic for the age ranges. However, most manufacturers and traders were there, and most of the games that were due to be put on were on. And like I said, it was very, very busy, certainly in the morning. I was quite surprised when we got there how many cars were in the car park and how many people were moving about, considering people may have had issues with the coronavirus, but yeah, it seemed to be doing really well. Lots of money seemed to be being spent, and it was a very good day out all in all. Probably going to be the last show I get to, certainly for the first half of this year, due to the fact that the government have just released the news they're going to be banning all large-scale gatherings as of next week. For you guys that were going to go to Salute, I'm really sorry that you're not going to be able to make it now by the looks of things. I know there was a lot of you really looking forward to it, and it's quite sad. However, that said, I would urge you all to, if you were going there, especially to buy some goodies and what have you, to do so online. The manufacturers, I think, are going to be more than welcome with your money, certainly within the coming months, just due to the fact that trade shows and whatnot will be of limited value to them, due to the fact that obviously they're not going to be on. And I know it's not the social event that you guys were all looking forward to, but it might be worth perhaps the community at some point maybe doing some kind of gathering. I don't know, just some random thoughts about maybe a gaming weekend or something, perhaps later in the year, or maybe even early next year, who knows. It's just something that I might sort of throw out there and see what you guys think. Anyway, without further ado, we'll carry on. I'll start with the boring stuff first. So, spent a little bit more money than I intended to, but I think it was due to the fact that I knew Partisan probably wouldn't be on, and I kind of figured it might be a good thing to get my purchases in now rather than wait for the show to be looking forward to the show and then perhaps have it cancelled. So the one thing I will say, there was plenty of hand washing stations put on. The guys, the organisers of Hammerhead, had done a really good job. Plus, I took my own hand wash that we all used, because there's three of us went, so we all used that as a regular basis. So, and I think a lot of people were being really, really sensible with what they were doing. So, yeah, it was good on the organisers for trying to make sure that people could remain germ-free. Anyway, so picked up some paints from Foundry. So we've got a Triad of Arctic Grey. This is their white Triad, so I'm going to give that a go, and you'll see why in a minute. This is the French Hussar Sky Blue Triad, and again, this is for one of the for a project that I picked up today, so you'll see why shortly. What else have we got in here? So from Mini Nature, picked up some static grass because I was running out, so got some of that. And again from Mini Nature, some tufts. These are all based for this new project that I'm doing. Then from War Bases, picked up some penny size bases, some lozenge cavalry bases, and then some skirmish stands, 3 of those, and a couple of stands for regular infantry. So that's those. While I was on the Perry stand, saw this book, which is all to do with the Sudan and Egypt. Covers 1882 to 1898, and they had it on offer for £3. Brand new book. Normally retails at $14.99. So really chuffed with that. Some lovely photos in it. Goes into a lot of in-depth drawings. Goes into a lot of depth, like I say. But covering 3 whole campaigns and linking them together in importance. So that was really good. I was quite chuffed with that, because I don't think I'll ever game the Sudan. You never know, I might do. But it's the late colonial period with the Sudan, the Boer War particularly, and Afghanistan. It's been a sort of interest of mine. More from a reading point of view, really, rather than gaming. But you never know. In the future, that might happen. So picked up these as well. Just some spears for the Greeks. My friend has finally got his set of rules, so I think there's going to be some movement on the Greeks pretty soon. So I just thought I'd get these, because North Star have said that they're not going to be doing manufacturing the spears anymore, or the people that they get them from, the manufacturers, sorry, that they get them from, aren't going to be doing them anymore. So picked those up while I was there, and then we'll just pile this one out. Oh, yes. So spent a bit of time on the Perry stand, and what I've decided to do for the muskets and tomahawks is a small American War of Independence project. We do an awful lot of gaming in the American War of Independence anyway, and I have decided that I'm going to do something for that, for something that we don't currently have, and it'd be quite nice, which is the French. The French are a force that took part in the American War of Independence. Lauzun's Legion fought at a couple of engagements, while the main French army didn't really fight that much, took part in Yorktown and were present at Gloucester Point. But other than that, tended to be more of a morale booster, I believe. There may have been some other things that I think Savannah they may have been involved in, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look that up. Anyway, so I have a group of French grenadiers attacking. Grenadiers in the game come in 6s, and then you can add extra figures to them. So a group of 6 will be a good start. So then we have chasseurs. Again, these come in groups of 6. So that's some light infantry there for the French. Then there was a pack, 2 packs here of Fusiliers. Now, unfortunately, the guys at the Perry stand hadn't bought a lot of French with them, so I just had to make do with what was there. So I've got some Fusiliers attacking and some Fusiliers standing. So what I intend to do is make a unit up of 8 to 10 figures of those, and then just have the standing figures in the back rank with the attacking figures in the front rank, as though the front rank is moving off while the rear rank is going to remain in reserve. It's a skirmish game after all, so I can kind of get around that with that. We have here Lauzun's Legion Hussars with swords drawn. They're one-piece castings, very, very nice. So, and there is, which one's that one? Oh, Lauzun's Legion with swords, shoulders, galloping. They're 2-piece castings. Don't really know why they're 1 piece for one pose and 2 piece for the other, but they are. That'll make a nice unit of 6 figures to give them some fast-paced attacking capability. And then I just picked up a packet of mounted colonels, because you need at least 1 officer. And I thought, the French being the French, their officers are more likely to be mounted than I've got a foot flogging. So yeah, I picked up those as well. So that's really cool. So that'll be that's basically the whole of the project sitting right there, unless I decide to add something to it in the future. But that wouldn't be a great deal anyway. The paints that I picked up earlier on, these two over here, Lizun's Legion wore a light blue uniform with yellow facings or what have you. So that gives me that. And the French, by this time, had gone into an all-white uniform. So I'm interested in trying to see how that helps me paint a white uniform. Still undecided whether they'll all be Lizun's Legion or they'll be French in normal, in the normal uniform. We'll have to see. Just depends on how the mood takes me. And then finally, picked up this. We play a game called 7TV. Some of you guys may be familiar with it. Just hang on, I'll have to try and do this one-handed. There we go. Right, so some of you guys may be familiar with 7TV. It's a great little game, really fun to play. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, but they've not long had a pulp version out. And pulp is something that we play quite a lot. I told you about Pulp Alley, and we were quite keen to see how this compared, especially with the fun we've had playing normal 7TV. As you can see, they did a show deal, so it was £5 off the main box set. There's no figures in this, but you get the contents, which is, let's see if you can see that there. So you get the rule books, which are called guides. So there's 3 of those, 188 profile cards, 45 cliffhanger cards, 20 gadget cards, 25 peril cards, 20 MacGuffin cards, 20 plot point counters, 31 status and objective counters, 1 blast template, 1 MacGuffin token, and 6 six-sided dice. So not bad. It's all full colour. The game is great if you've never played it. If you want a game that is just a little bit of fun from your normal historical war gaming, or your 40k, or whatever it is you might be doing, and you just want to do something that doesn't cost a lot of money in terms of figures, etc. You play on a smallish surface, and it doesn't take itself seriously at all, and it's just fun. So this is going to allow me to play games based on things like Flash Gordon, Indiana Jones, bit of Call of Cthulhu maybe. We're already talking about Weird World War II with this. So we'll just have to see where it takes us. And like I say, how it compares to Pulp Alley, which are superb. Anyway, guys, that's enough of me rambling. It's quite a long video. Didn't mean it to take that long. So I'm just going to go off and have my coffee now, which for those of you who asked after the last one, this one's a cappuccino. I've run out of latte, but you have to make do in these trying times, so a cappuccino will do. So I'm going to go and put my feet up, and I will see you in the next one. So take care, guys. I hope you're all well, and I hope your projects are going good. See you soon. Bye.